Dozens dead in Texas after devastating flash floods slam hill country, officials say. Dozens of people are dead in central Texas in what officials called a mass casualty event after devastating flash floods slammed hill country, with water rescues taking place along the Guadalupe River. While officials couldn't confirm an exact number of those who remain unaccounted for, they said between 23 and 25 people were still missing from Camp Mystic, a children's summer camp. At least 24 fatalities have been reported so far, Kerr County Sheriff Larry Litha said Friday evening during a news conference, alongside Texas Gov. Greg Abbott, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, and several other officials. As of Friday night, there had been 237 people evacuated, including 167 by helicopter, according to Major General Thomas Swilzer, Adjutant General for the state of Texas. Patrick said there hadn't been a drop of rain until the tragedy struck earlier in the day, and that the Guadalupe River had risen about 26 feet in 45 minutes. An alert went out around 4 and 5 a.m. local time, he said. Speaking to reporters late Friday night aboard Air Force One, President Trump called the floods a terrible thing. "It looks like some young people have died," Mr. Trump said, adding that he would work with Abbott to provide Texas with federal aid in its response. How did the Guadalupe River flood so quickly? Dalton Rice, city manager for Kerrville, explained how the Guadalupe River flooded so quickly. When you look at the headwaters of the Guadalupe, there's a north and a south fork. Since 1987, under normal conditions, if you can call it that, you'll hit water in one of those areas and those two forks will converge into the Guadalupe, which comes through the city of Kerrville. This rain event set on top of that and dumped more rain than what was forecasted on both of those forks. When we got the report, it was about 7 feet or so on the South Fork, and within a matter of minutes, it was up to 29 feet, and all of that converged at Guadalupe. The Guadalupe River at Hunt reached its second highest height on record, higher than the famous 1987 flood, the city said, citing the National Weather Service. The Texas Division of Emergency Management had multiple meetings since Thursday to prepare, but the National Weather Service did not predict the amount of rain that we saw, officials said, adding that the original estimate was up to 8 inches of rain. Officials said they were still concerned about the weather, adding that if you do not live in area, do not come. Texas issued flash flood emergencies in 5 counties in West Texas on Friday, as hill country continued to be slammed by severe rain and flooding. Between 5 and 11 inches of rain have fallen in northwestern Bandera County, central Kerr County, northeastern Tom Green County, east central Kerr County, and west central Kendall County, according to the National Weather Service. Search and rescue operations are ongoing. There are hundreds of people on the ground from various units helping with search and rescue operations, officials said, which include drones and helicopters. "We brought in over 100 troopers this morning," Colonel Freeman Martin, director of the Texas Department of Public Safety, said during Friday night's news briefing. "And they've worked all day, rescues, high-water vehicles, boats, rescue divers, 7 rescue helicopters with hoist capabilities." The governor signed a disaster declaration for several counties during the news conference Friday night, saying it ensures all the counties will have access to every tool, strategy, personnel that the state of Texas can provide to them, which will be limitless. "We will stop at nothing to ensure that every asset and person and plane, whatever is needed, is going to be involved in the process of rescuing every last person and ensure everybody involved in this is going to be fully accounted for." Between 23 to 25 people still missing from Camp Mystic. "We don't have an estimate on how many people are missing," Sheriff Litha said Friday night, adding that somewhere between 23 and 25 campers were still believed to be missing from Camp Mystic. Earlier Friday, Patrick addressed parents of children at Camp Mystic, where there were about 750 children at summer camp when the floods hit. The lieutenant governor, who was acting as governor while Abbott was on vacation, said they are praying for all those missing to be found alive. "If they are alive and safe, we will find them and bring them home to you," Patrick said during an afternoon news conference. The camp said in a statement, read by Patrick, that there has been a catastrophic level of flooding. Patrick said Camp Mystic is an all-girls summer camp in the area that has several camps with thousands of children attending for the summer. The camp said they have no power, no water, and no Wi-Fi, adding that the highway has washed away, so we are struggling to get more help. Texas Senator Ted Cruz said in a statement posted to social media, "Please pray right now for everyone in the Hill Country, especially Camp Mystic." He said multiple helicopters are performing search and rescue, and added that he's spoken with Governor Abbott, Lieutenant Governor Patrick, the head of the Texas Division of Emergency Management, and President Trump. President Trump committed anything Texas needs, Cruz said. Abbott said the state has mobilized resources to assist those dealing with the floods. Texas is providing all necessary resources to Kerrville, Ingram, Hunt, and the entire Texas Hill Country dealing with these devastating floods, Abbott said earlier Friday in a statement. The state of Texas today has mobilized additional resources in addition to the resources sent in preparation for the storms. I urge Texans to heed guidance from state and local officials and monitor local forecasts to avoid driving into flooded areas.